Good evening, everyone. We're back for another edition of All Things Arsenal, here to dissect the post Everton match. All right, Kingsley, I didn't watch most of the game. You did. Shoot.
Don't say that. Party might appear somewhere. Um, what can I say? Again, we go 1-0 up, and the game plan goes out the window. And we're looking like under 13s playing football. Again, possession at the back, not doing anything with it. I'm tired of having 65% possession. If it's just Gabriel and White passing to each other,
Yep.
it's just so negative. We're not direct enough. We're one dimensional. First half, we literally just get the ball to Tierney again. I thought we got over that style of play. We have so many players with creativity. You got Erdegaard in that middle. For me, Erdegaard, he needs to command the game more. He's always waiting for the ball to come to him. He needs to go out and find the ball and make things happen. You're a creative cam, because Partey, he's passing off today. Well, it's not even just been today. It's been a numerous amount of
For a
matches.
few games now.
Now, with their equaliser, it's a simple throw-in. Tomiyasu has thrown it to Partey. All Partey has to do is pass it back to Tomiyasu's foot. Where does he pass it? Over his head. Because it's gone over his head, Tomiyasu's now jumped up and headed it. Trying to head it back to him. So it's not even Tomiyasu. I can't remember who it was. But
we lost the goal. I think it was Tavares, the equaliser that passed it. That did the throwing.
It wasn't Tavares' fault. Tavares is throwing it to Partey because he
Yeah,
had three options. Could have went back to Gabriel.
Yeah, that turnovers caused the goal.
Yeah, but for me, if you're in your own box and you're in half and it's a throw-in, just attack the line. I don't get this business of putting yourself under pressure.
Yeah,
I even tell my kids
go down the line.
Under 10s, we know that under 10s we attack the line.
Always go down the line.
Why are you going to go to a player who's got 2-3 players behind him, putting him under pressure? But either way, Partey, it's a simple 2-yard pass back to him. He's messed that up, and now they've equalised. And then the second goal, we're supposed to be going out there getting the second goal. We've got Nketiah hitting the post. He's got to score that. Got Erdegaard. He's so one-footed. It's crazy. All he has to do is tap that on his left and then shoot with his right foot. But no, he takes the touch.
I mean, he scored with his right foot the other night.
Yeah, I know, but that was a one-touch
instinct. Yeah,
that was a one-touch finish. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind Erdegaard popping in the goals, but Smith Rowe, obviously he wasn't in the squad tonight, but I feel like Smith Rowe scoring that opportunity. And then Demarai Gray's great goal, but Ben White's got to be better there. You're backing off. You're showing him the goal. Show him out wide, man. Why are you showing him the goal? Let him try to beat you for pace. The mentality of the defending today was poor. Gabriel, who's normally solid, was poor. He gave a ball away so many times. It was sloppy all around. They marshalled Saka. They kept filing him, taking him out of the game. He couldn't do much. Martinelli was quiet. Laka, nothing stuck with Laka. Nothing stuck with him today. He didn't make things happen. I don't think he even had a shot. Yeah, and Xhaka, I don't understand how Xhaka walks back into the squad. Their second goal, Andre Gomes just drove forward. Because Xhaka's on a yellow for a stupid foul that he made before, he's had to let him go, innit? Instead of trying to put a foot in, he's had to let him go. He's got past him, and then Gomez is twisting up our midfielders, looking like Prime Iniesta. I don't understand how we make opposition players look so good. It was another poor performance. It was boring to watch. Never looked like scoring.
I saw a bit of that first half, and once I saw the way they started that game, I said, "Yeah, this is going to be a boring game," because I knew Everton weren't in any space to do anything great. They had to be given encouragement, and they were given encouragement.
We gave them that encouragement because we kept giving away the ball at the back. We kept making, even the commentators were saying it. Arsenal are killing themselves here. It's giving away the balls when we have time and. Do you blame the players? Do you blame the game setup? I mean, for me, again, the lineup questionable again.
I mean, to be honest, I think it was right to bring Tierney in.
It was right. It was right to bring Tierney.
It was right to bring Tierney.
He got the assist as well.
He got the assist as well. But then I'm wondering if you're playing Xhaka the whole game, but not Tierney the whole game. I'm just like, okay, I understand you're saying you want him there as a leader and everything, but he's just coming back from a long layoff. You've got the last game, you could clearly see Lokonga was missed. He's been part of what's been good. Lokonga played against Newcastle, didn't he? Yeah. So obviously you've taken him out. You've decided you want to bring Xhaka in because you're going away. Unfortunately, if he doesn't nip this in the bud, we could have all those away day blues like they did a few seasons ago.
Exactly. It makes no
And
sense.
then you're just losing every game away or drawing every game away. When was the last time they won away against Leicester, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And
Brother
just
Chester, let me ask you this here. You're winning games, and then with Partey and Lokonga, you're winning games. You then play a big game against United, and you drop Lokonga for El Nene. You lose the match. You then play a smaller game against a very poor Everton side, and you put Xhaka straight in. What are you doing?
there's questions about that.
You've seen your
Big
formula
questions.
of winning games, and now there's a chemistry with that
Yeah,
starting 11, and now you're chopping and changing. Stop this chopping and changing, man. Stop the chopping
yeah,
and changing. You don't
yeah,
see. You don't
100%.
see that. You don't have the squad depth to be chopping and changing.
Nah, you don't. You don't.
It's just
You
frustrating.
don't, because all of this builds up. All of this builds up. Because once one person is pressing, uh, the other, the others will join in, and we know Lokonga presses. That's what I think drives Partey to press.
Exactly.
We know Tierney can press. That's what will drive others to press. We know Tommy can press. That's what will drive Saka to press. So all of this is like a
Yeah.
snowball
Chain
effect.
reaction.
And
Yeah.
even those games up until I'd say up until the what was the game after Liverpool?
Whoever played Newcastle, we beat them.
Newcastle. I think from the Newcastle game is when obviously Oba hasn't scored for a while, but he still pressed in the Liverpool game. And that's what people were saying, that even though they lost 4-0, it didn't feel like a 4-0 loss because at least they turned up in that game. They just made costly errors that cost them. But since then, I think because in their minds they faced less opposition, almost thinking, oh yeah, we can just roll these lot over. And in their case, yeah, they did roll Newcastle over eventually. But then they went into the United game after that, and with that same mentality, and they didn't, because United were at home and they needed a result. They've gone into Everton with that same mentality, and they didn't roll them over because Everton are in a case whereby they need a result, so they're gonna respond to someone. And Arsenal just, I think their last two games they've gifted opportunities against teams that were either beatable or at the minimum they should be getting draws from.
We have gifted. We
This
got the
way.
Odegaard penalty.
Not even draws, like.
But today with Partey, it's giving away goals
Yeah,
in
I think questions need to
vital
be
times.
asked.
In vital
I think
times of the
question
match.
needs to be asked how you're just bringing Xhaka straight away. You haven't brought in Lokonga, who's been, like you said, part of the winning formula. You've
Winning
got to
formula,
bin,
bro.
you've got,
It's crazy.
you got to do
You've
that.
made a recipe, yeah, at your restaurant. Everyone's coming in,
Yeah,
and then you change it, and now everyone's leaving. Like, what are
and
you
I think
doing?
I think that's where he's shooting himself in the foot with the chopping and changing. And if he doesn't arrest it soon, I don't think this board is bold enough to just say, you know what, look, this is 6 losses. We're saying to you, you now need to win all the rest of the games till Christmas to,
To
get us
stay,
back
but
on
that's not
the
gonna
table,
happen.
but stay there. But that's not gonna happen. They're gonna let it fester.
They're gonna let it slide.
They're gonna let it slide. But then this is now up to him to arrest his situation, because he must now look at himself and see that, look, what I've done
Mm,
hasn't worked. So go to what has worked. It worked against Liverpool. They were just a better team.
But what I don't understand is, yeah, what Arsenal now. We've got 6 losses already. It's not even Christmas. I'm
Mhm.
seeing Tottenham sack their manager after 5 losses, even though he had 5 wins. I'm seeing Aston Villa sack their manager, who's got them to the Prem, built a decent team. He's had a few solid seasons.
Mm.
He's had a poor start. He didn't even get 20 games in this season. They've already sacked him and got someone
Mm.
else. Where is the winning mentality from this club? Because there's going to be no questions or pressure on Arteta tomorrow morning.
No,
Does
no.
does the board actually care about results now, or are they just more concerned about making money?
Well, they will tell you they care about the results and that they want to push up. They clearly didn't, for whatever reason, believe that they are fighting for the top four this season. And I think they were given a small opportunity to be in and around the conversation. but they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves now because you've got Southampton team that's sort of in form, that's going to come and not going to think, okay, we need to watch out here. And they will. I think White has had a few rough games. Unfortunately, is there someone to replace him with that you'll be sure that will do some of not just the ball carrying, but also a solid defending? Keeping a Saliba would have been a great option. He could have, stepped in like how Tavares stepped in when Tierney couldn't. Can't really fault Tommy, but
No, I can't.
sooner or later, he's going to need a right back that can push him as well.
Yeah.
That's not currently there. Yeah, so I don't think Saka put too much of a foot wrong. I mean, you watched the game more than me today.
Yeah,
What could he do? They were doubling up on him.
Just getting fouled. Just very aggressive on him. Just kicking him, injuring him up all game.
Yeah.
As soon as he got the ball, there's 2-3 players around him, and if he drives at him, they just trip him up.
To be honest, this is Saka's life at the moment. He is targeted. He actually does need some more protection from the referees. I think there's no game I don't watch where I don't see Saka being really, really targeted. It's clear these defenders know him. They know that, look, he's going to beat us.
Arteta needs to be smarter on his tactics to get Saka in more isolated positions. I don't want to see Saka picking up the ball on the halfway line with his back to goal. You know what I mean? And also another thing is we don't have anyone who runs in behind. Everything's to feet and slow. Like there was a couple of times where Tommy has to pick up the ball, and he's looking for that. He can play those balls. He's looking for that balls, and everyone's standing still, thinking, "Yo, there's no movement."
Because obviously he was able to play that ball because Martinelli was near him. So yeah, I think Saka does need to run in behind more, and he can. That's in his game. Why isn't he running in behind more? So that needs to happen. Yeah.
It's the same with
if I'm Niles, I'm knocking on that door tomorrow, man. I'm like, look.
Have you seen this party?
I'm knocking on the door. I think he's got to do something about Party now. He's got to drop him. I think if it were me, I'm saying, Martinelli, we know you're hungry. We know you can play up front. You stay up there for a while. Wrap whatever you need to do here, so just get him back on that pitch on Saturday. Even if he's just there to just make noise. I feel sorry for Pepe now.
Did you see Pepe's face when Nketiah was getting ready to come on?
But you know what? I blame Pepe though, man.
Yeah, he's put himself in that position. To be fair to Nketiah, he didn't play bad.
He didn't play bad.
Should have scored that
He
chance.
hasn't played bad since he came.
When he gets the ball, he's making things happen. He quit back to Odegaard, nice.
Hence why he's playing.
Players on. Yeah, I was surprised because obviously Martinelli's coming on off. I'm thinking, why isn't Nketiah warming up? Because Laka's not coming off. Aubameyang's coming on for him, and then Pepe's just there. when Nketiah was getting changed, Pepe did some wry smile. He was not impressed. But to be fair to him, Nketiah did all right, but he doesn't want to sign it. He doesn't want to sign a new contract, so Nketiah is going to be leaving anyways. But we need a striker, man. I'm telling you, we need Calvert-Lewin. There's a couple of times where Tierney's crossed it into the box and there's no one there. Perfect crosses on that 6-yard box, right in the danger area. No one's there, man. No one is there. Laka loves the cutback, but he's getting blocked. Come on, man. Do you know Tierney's not looking for the cutback? Tierney's looking to whip it in right in front of Pickford so you can have a simple touch. No one's there, man. 3 or 4 times, no one's there. We need Calvert-Lewin, man. We need him.
Yeah, or play like Calvert-Lewin because Everton ain't letting him go for cheap.
No, they won't. And after that win today for Everton, they're probably thinking, we'll hold on to him now. We might have a turn of form now. That's going to boost their.
I mean, if anyone's getting Calvert-Lewin, it's going to be summer. Everton's not selling him in January. No. We need someone in January. We need somebody in January.
So we're killing ourselves if we want any January signings. If we carry on like this, we're killing ourselves.
I mean, let's be honest. This is Arsenal. It's gonna take a while before their name can't bring someone in. Do you get what I'm saying? If they put the right package together, they can get somebody. I mean, they're not in like 14th, 15th, or 16th at the moment, and everyone will always think they can do something. So, for example, take Odegaard for example. Like he was being very, very coy about whether he wanted to stay next season. You know, he was obviously glowing at the club, but you know, Real asked him, "Where do you want to be?" Real, of course, gets there, realizes they're not going to be playing him. What else do you think is coming? He's coming to the next best thing. And to be fair to the guy, he's done it. So we've shown we can still attract, you know, players. You know,
I guess.
it can be done. It's just whether they get the right person in. Because, like I was saying to you the other day offline, scoring goals is not, as we've seen, it's no joke. The Premier League was littered with goal scorers back in the day. Collymore, Fowler, Wright, Shearer, Andy Cole, York. A bag of people getting you at least 17, 18 goals a season. Sometimes 3 or 4 of them more than that. It was a real chase on for Golden Boot. Now, you got Vardy, you got Salah. If Mane turns up this season, you got him. You got Kane, obviously he's not turned up so far. Son did have a great goal scoring season last year, but you're scratching around and looking around. So if you're gonna get someone, you got to be sure they're coming in to be banging in goals.
Yeah, and that's why I think Calvert's the man for Everton last season in all competitions. Managed to get plus 20, and that's what we need right now because we got Laka who struggles to get over 15. Aubameyang normally gets in that mid 20 range. Obviously, I know we had a poor season last season, which is and I
And
know
there's a big hangover this year.
We've had our debate
Big,
about his declining ability.
yeah.
How you feel about it?
There's a big hangover. There's a big hangover at the moment. There's no doubt about it. The one thing I liked was that at least, yes, he wasn't scoring, but he was contributing to the team. We can't ignore that, you know, the press was helping set the tone, and that's what was going well. But we know that for someone like similar to Aguero who did some pressing for a while when, you know, City were playing him and Pep was glowing of him, he's not going to be able to sustain that for 6, 10 games. He's going to need help. There's going to be a time where he won't be able to do that anymore. And the moment I just saw that first few minutes that I watched in the first half, and that press wasn't on, like, because normally like Laka does that, I'm like, yeah, I know how this game is going. Because you're that kind of team that you can't rely. You're not like a Man United who has like quality forward players that if they just coast in the game that can turn it on like that. Nah, you ain't got that. The players you got that can turn it on are young players, and you can't expect them to always pull it out the bag all the time. You know,
It's true,
you know.
and that's what I'm saying. Like with the Aubameyang situation, for me, everyone was screaming for him to play down the middle, but like you said, he's getting more goals on the left. You might as well bang him on the left and put Martinelli down the middle. But Arteta's not going to do that because he's one-dimensional.
Yeah, he's decided how he wants to do it, and that's that.
That's that.
So yeah,
It's not
he's
working.
got some big questions to ask about himself in the next few games. Unfortunately, like you said, I don't think the board is ambitious enough to even go and, like, for example, if a board puts pressure on a manager like and says, you know what, these next 4 or 5 games, it's on you if you don't do blah 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 blah. Same way as players are being put pressure under to perform, he'll perform, he'll fix up. But if he's not being put pressure on like that, then we're gonna get what we get. So I still say it's from the top down,
Yeah, of
and
course.
because that's how it goes. It's like put this with Wenger for years. You could see that they weren't putting pressure on him to return back to being second or first. They were comfortable for him to be fourth for so many years.
Comfortable with the Champions League payout.
Comfortable. So if they're comfortable with a rookie guy, he is going to do stuff like this. So I think ultimately it is still at the top. It's still at the top.
For me, if it doesn't get top 4 this season, he has to go. Because
No, we could say that as fans, but I can guarantee you they were saying get into Europe. He gets into Europe, he's keeping his job. I guarantee you.
What, top 6?
I guarantee you, Kingsley. It's not good enough for us because of where and how the season has turned. You have to go with moments and you have to take advantage of what situation you're in. And they're not doing that. It's like in a United game. You went 1-0 up. That wasn't the time to sit back. This was a United team there for the taking. Go for it. 1-0 up at halftime, one of the best times to score in a game. That is now the time to put the foot down.
Exactly,
go for it.
Man. That's when you say, yo, listen, let's test them out. Let's get balls in behind. Let's run. Let's make the defenders work and panic and be anxious and be trying to force to play. No, we
Same,
didn't even
same thing
press.
with the Villa and the Spurs game where they were 3-0 up. That's your chance to get 4, 5. You don't do that.
Oh.
You Leicester game, you tune up. To be fair, again, them against Leicester, because Leicester were at them. They were trying to actually get the other goal against Leicester. That's the one game for me I think has been their best this season.
So do you blame the players? So after saying that, do you say it's the players mentality?
I think it's a mix of both because, for example, there were chances they could have scored against United. They didn't score. So that's not the manager telling the players not to score, not to be sharp. There were chances today they didn't score. That's not the manager telling the players not to be sharp.
Chances today was so rare.
They came at the end.
It was a rare Pokemon.
They came at the end, and like.
But we always play good last 10 minutes. We always, when we're losing or we're drawing, we play good. Yeah. When we're winning, last 10 minutes, we're awful. When we're drawing or losing, we turn up. Yeah. You know what Arteta needs to say to these man? Yeah, at the start of the game, we're 2-0 down. That's the mentality. That's the mentality we actually need. We're 2-0 down, because as soon as we get the first goal, it's like, oh, game's won now. We can do whatever we want. And I kind of put it on the lack of experience in the squad. It's a young squad, youngest squad in the league.
Yeah,
I do put it on the lack of experience because even if Brighton are 1-0 up at Everton, they're managing that game much better. They're getting that second control of the game. We look shaky, man. And that's when you need your players like Partey and recyclable Xhaka.
No, he needs. He would have to play a blinder if they play him on Saturday.
You can't play against Southampton, man. You got to put Lukonga in.
Needs to be dropped.
And obviously, it's inevitable. Shaka's going to start. I don't understand what the coaching staff and Arteta see in Xhaka. He's slow. He slows things down.
I can see him. You know how they would bring El Neni on? I can see that as a role for Xhaka.
Yeah, man. Last 10 minutes when we're 3-0 up, that's fine.
Not against a team like today that's chasing something. You could have brought on.
You play Xhaka against Burnley and Norwich. You know what I'm saying, and Leeds. That's not. You don't play against teams.
But they've shot themselves in the foot. They gave him a 2-year contract.
Mate, I can't believe he's there till 2023. And what's worse is, how can you be injured for 3 months? As soon as you're fit, you wallets back in the starting 11.
Well, to be fair to him,
he played 90 minutes.
To be fair to him, he didn't look like he missed the beat, and that's why. He looked like the normal Partey.
But that's the best you're gonna get.
That's what I'm saying, though. If he looked like sluggish, then yeah. But he looked like the normal Xhaka, so I said Partey. But yeah, questions asked, old things coming back. The only difference now is that how do you let these old things come back, managers and players, after you've made so much progress? Something's wrong.
Something is wrong. And we can't say, I hear what you're saying about it's Arsenal, it's the same old Arsenal, but this is a revamp. This is a completely different players than what we've seen 3-4 years ago. Except for your Aubameyang and your Lacazette. So that's why for me, we're not simple enough. We're not a threat going forward enough, and the strikers and wingers need a change. That's why we're being linked to players like Sterling and Vlahovic. That's because we need some players who know how to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah.
When's the last time? Tell me, fresh off your mind, when's the last time Lacazette scored?
Palace.
That scrappy little right at the end. I can't remember the last time.
That they needed. They didn't score that goal. They didn't play the way they played against Villa. I tell you that.
Aubameyang's goal was against Villa. That's goal. And the penalty was saved.
Yeah.
It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. It's boring to watch. Like, there's not, except for Saka and Martinelli, no one else gets on that ball, and I'm like, yo, something's gonna happen here. Something dangerous gonna happen here. If it's a one-on-one situation, I do not want Aubameyang on that ball. It's been ages since I've seen Aubameyang get the ball and beat a player. It's been ages.
Yeah.
That's why you have to put him on the left wing and just let him run in behind, because he can't offer anything else. He can't.
Yeah.
It's great working back defensively, but like I said to you, you can find a player in the under-18 squad to do that.
Yeah. Like I said, that was the only thing I gave him this season. That okay, the goals weren't flowing, but you're doing that, and that was helping push the team forward. That was helping create space for ESR. ESR's got 5 Premier League goals. You
Top
can't,
scorer, bro. He's our top
have to.
scorer.
Yeah, he's got 5. He was
A
joined with
21-year-old.
Daniel on 4. Shameful. Shameful. At this rate, Saka's going to get more goals than him this season.
I mean, to be fair to, I know Saka's great and everything, but could do with seeing Saka popping him in a bit more. I think he's only scored.
I think he's going to. I
2
think
this
he's going
season.
to. I think he's going to this season. It just depends on how the games go. Someone like him needs the game to go a certain way to take his chance. Like, for example, against Newcastle, the game went a certain way and he took his chance. Someone like Emil Smith-Rowe, now that he's clearly hungry for goals, however the game's going, he's going to get goals. And we can see that in Odegaard as well. He's got 3 Premier League goals now. He's got 2 goals. 2 goals.
2 and 2. Yeah.
So he's clearly been told by his manager or him himself, go and get us goals. We need goals. So we know that sooner or later Martinelli's going to get a goal again soon. He's that good. You know, every time we see him, as long as the whole team is working, we see that. So yeah, lots of work to be done. Even though that little run they had, I mean, we said this, we weren't totally gassed, but you just don't expect the regression. You don't expect
exactly. You don't expect the regression. Don't expect it. But as I said, as you know,
I'm not predicting Saturday because I just don't know who's going to turn up. I'm being honest.
No, 2 things. I'll end on one, as I've told you every single stream, I'm not convinced by Arteta. Probably will never be. And 2, Saturday's game is going to be a draw. I'm saying no. I'm saying 0-0.
Nah, there'll be a goal. There'll be goals. Unfortunately, there'll be goals.
I'm saying no, man.
That they keep. You'd hope that they keep the clean sheet, but you know, Shea Adams is like a Callum Wilson type guy. You know, he's gonna cause trouble.
I can't see him being more physical than Gabriel though. He's not a threat to me. Southampton. Yeah. I can't even see Southampton scoring, to be honest, and I can't see us scoring. So I'm confident with it.
No. No worries.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, Kingsley, as always, for joining us. It's been all things Arsenal. Sad day, sad game, but it is what it is. We're still supporting you, Arsenal, but come on, give us more. Give us more.
Life as an Arsenal fan.
See you next time. Please like, share, subscribe to the RBN YouTube channel. Thank you.